there was only one system that I used to be able to land 2 to 6K copywriting clients on repeat. And it has nothing to do with what anybody else out there would tell you. It's because it's not just about having the best outreach method, just about being a good copywriter. It's not about just learning how to do sales calls. It has nothing to do with this. Because what I learned about systems, it's if you don't have just one part of this system, then the rest of it will fail and you won't be able to land clients. And so the system that I use, I call it the 7-phase premium client getting ecosystem. And it's because, like I told you, if you don't have just one of these phases, if you don't use just one part of this system, then it's not going to work for you. And you won't be able to land 2 to 60 clients just like I did. And before we start, just for some proof, here's how much I made last month. It's around $12,000. As you can see, it's 10.8k euros. So it's about $12,000, and I have some more in my PayPal and Revolut, so it's about 13 something thousand dollars. So yeah, I think I'm pretty qualified to talk about landing 36K clients. So here's the first part of the system. It's what I call champion's attitude. And champion's attitude, a lot of people talk about mindset and stuff, but they don't get deep into it. Like, why? Why does it even matter? It's because most people have beliefs inside of them from their childhood, from past experience they have, from trauma, from all this crap, and they have some beliefs deep inside their subconscious that are actually keeping them from landing those clients. And that's why you need to build the identity of a 10K a month copywriter. If you don't have the identity of a 10K a month copywriter, then it's literally impossible. If you don't believe it's possible subconsciously, and there's people say that, oh, I'm gonna reach 10K a month, I believe it, but in truth, they don't. And if you don't have any clients despite outreaching for a long time, this is why. You don't believe it's why. Because even if you think you can land clients, even if you take all the right actions, you will subconsciously sabotage it. So you might hop on a sales call and things are going well, and just because you don't have this belief inside of you, you don't have the identity of the person who lands clients, you will screw things up on the call. Sounds crazy, but I've done this, and a lot of people I know have done this. So yeah, that's the first part. The second part is what I call premium prospects. You need to target only premium businesses. If you're trying to reach 10K a month and you're outreaching to people who have 2,000 followers or something like that, they're making 4 to 5 figures or even 6 figures, you're not focusing on premium clients. These are what I call last resort clients. And it's because they're a nightmare to work with, man. They're a fucking nightmare to work with. They don't pay you well. You won't be able to get them results even if your copy is good. Just because nobody trusts them, they don't have a personal brand yet. They don't even have an audience for you to sell. What are you gonna sell? How are you gonna make money them? How are you gonna make them money? If you don't have an audience, how are you gonna monetize it? Doesn't make sense, right? So that's why you need to only focus on 7, 8, 9 figure plus clients who have all the audience in the world. They already have an offer that's working, and you just need to keep replicating that process. And that's why you don't even need to become the best copywriter. If you're working with 7, 8 figure clients, they already have a process for making money. So you just need to keep doing this. That's it. It's literally that simple. The third thing is premium branding. Premium branding isn't just about, when I'm talking about personal brands, I'm not talking about having an Instagram profile where you post these slides or these reels where you're giving them value about some headline or some subject line on how to write them. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about having in your profile a copywriting expert or helping coaches make 15% more from email. I'm not talking about any of this. Or having those highlights where you just show hard work, you show work ethic, and you show some results for clients and some students from these Discord servers. I'm not talking about this, because this is not personal brand. Think about this. How many people do you know? How many copywriters you know are doing this exact thing that I just described? You can probably think a few, right? And what results do these copywriters get? How much money are they making? Exactly. None. Why? It's because everybody else does it. If everybody else does it, it won't work. So a quote I really like is this: the reason you're not succeeding, the reason you're not landing clients, is because you're following the system. That's something I really like, and I keep it in mind every time I try to do something in my copywriting business. If everybody else does it, if somebody does this, I'm gonna do something else. So yeah. Then the fourth thing is you have what I call the cash clock offer mechanism. And a lot of copywriters come to me and they're like, so what do I pitch them? How do I move the conversation forward? How do I know what they need? And this is exactly what this does. Okay, this is exactly what this does. So if you don't know what they need, if you don't know how to move the conversation forward, if you don't know all this stuff, then you won't be able to land clients. And it's because how can you help them? How can you grab their attention if you don't know what they need? That's how you grab their attention, by discovering what they need before they even tell you. Because then they're gonna subconsciously and consciously, they're gonna be like, okay, this copywriter knows what I need before I even hire him. So doesn't that mean, so just think about what he's gonna do for me once I hire him. And that's how I've landed most of my clients. I come across as this type of copywriter, the one who copywriters, the one that clients have faith in and they trust. That's how I've landed all my clients. So you need to figure out what they need before they actually tell you this. Okay? So the fifth thing is 6-figure touch points. Now, a lot of gurus and a lot of coaches talk about the money's in the follow-up. Yeah, I agree. But it's not just about following up. It's about knowing how often to follow up so you don't piss them off. So you not only not piss them off, but also stay top of mind. Because you don't want to take too long, but at the same time, you don't want to take too short. You need to find a balance there. Another thing about following up is you don't want to be like, hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see this? I'm just following up. Hey. You don't want to be like this. This is annoying. No. I want to, when I outreach to clients, I want to be witty. That's my thing. I want to be witty. I want to be using these funny lines. I want to be using my personality. That's my thing. So you need to find a good way for you to do follow-ups. Okay? So the sixth thing is reverse sales god method. And the reason why I call it like this is because most people copywriters think you need to have some type of sales god skills, whatever. But in reality, you don't need any of this, because you're not a sales rep. You're not a salesperson. You're a copywriter. And what does that mean for you? You don't need to learn a new skill. You don't need to become a sales rep. Okay? And besides that, what is copywriting really? It's sales. That's it. So you already know a lot of basic stuff about sales. You don't need to go advanced. You don't need to become an advanced salesperson. Besides that, when you're trying to sell to 7-9-figure clients, they are really sophisticated. Meaning, if you try to do all these advanced sales tactics, all this bullshit, you're gonna repel them. They don't want. They know what you're doing. These tactics only work with people who don't even know what making money is. Okay, so if you were to sell to a beginner on the street, to somebody who doesn't even know what making money online is, then okay, fine, it's gonna work. So yeah, you don't need to do all of this bullshit thing. And the seventh thing is what I call cash cow copywriting. And what I mean by that is, you don't need to become the best copywriter. You don't need to find the best niche. You don't need to do all of this. And the reason why you don't need to become the best copywriter is, view this as a pyramid. In the beginning, you might think there's a lot of saturation at the bottom, but the more you climb, the less saturated it becomes. And that's really true. That's really true. And besides that, you don't even need to become a 10 out of 10 copywriter. You can be just a 6 to 7 out of 10, and you will still make 10K a month. Why, you may be asking? It's because all these copywriters who are 9, 10 out of 10 efficiency, they don't write the copy themselves. They work on offers and they work on other stuff, while the 6 to 7 out of 10 copywriters, they write the copy. That's what usually happens. So yeah, don't be afraid that somebody else is going to take your job. None of that. So yeah, man, this was the 7-phase premium client getting ecosystem that I wanted to share with you. Now, if you want my help applying this, just so you can land clients faster and have me on your corner telling you what to do, when to do it, and all this bullshit. You can also come up with your own personalized plan. You can just DM me on Instagram and we can come up with something. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.